Hi Pisces, here are your 2025 predictions. Let's get started. Okay, so Pisces, this is you right here. This is us, and I'm going to be choosing 12 cards and maybe 13 if Spirit says so, but I'm just going to be going over the 12 houses, you starting off with the first house. Okay, so remember, Pisces, if you haven't gone to see my video on the Pisces nodal shift from Aries and Libra to Pisces and Virgo, definitely go check out that video because this is huge for you, Pisces. Pisces, you are having the North Node going into your sign in the beginning of the year. The North Nodes of the Moon. Okay, this is Rahu, and Rahu, or this placement is, or having, if you have a nodal return, if you have Pisces already as your nodal return, and you know, Virgo, depending on which house, it still has affecting you. It's even bigger if it's your nodal return. But remember, in that North Node going into your first house, this is Rahu. This is someone who's a master, you know, someone who has his head on its shoulder, holding his head up high. You know, someone who is extremely powerful. You know, the North Node really puts that power and pride into your identity, into the self. You know, it gives you this momentum, you know, and for the starting off the year, Pisces, you will have this momentum. Okay, but when it comes to conquering your identity, who you are as a person, being able to crystallize the lessons that Saturn is teaching you. Wow. First card is the Moon, which is what? Pisces, North Node Moon. The North Node of the Moon is going into your first house, and that is just like so cray-cray. But anyways, nothing is crazy. Nothing is oh gosh, what's that word? Coincidental. Everything has its purpose and everything happens for a reason. But anyways, going back to you, Pisces, you know, mastering, you know, having pride within yourself. And, you know, for the year 2025, I really feel as though, you know, this is now you crystallizing that divine character that you have in your identity. I think that, you know, a lot of Pisces rising are realizing that you can have spiritual qualities and have spiritual assets, meaning that all you do is talk about the Most High, you know, which, you know, people talk about God and things of that nature, and all you do is talk about that, meaning that that's okay, you know, finding a balance, you know, crystallizing yourself and you know, what you can physically achieve in this world is fine. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's fine, but that both are doable. Bringing something unimaginable, untangible to the identity, it can only be done through you. And Saturn is really teaching us this, you know, as Pisces risings. If you are a Pisces moon, Saturn is teaching you over your it will be a Sati for you, so it'll be about 7 years this will be going on. So it'll be over in like 2030 something, 2032, I believe. But that one is more going over your home, your body, you know. The emotions play a huge part in our body, right? And the water that moves around our body, because Pisces is water. So yes, Pisces, so the North Node going into your first house, this is just a year that you are crystallizing those things that you have, that Saturn has taught you about yourself and your self-worth. And the first card that you have is the Moon. This is beautiful because that North Node is going to activate that fire within you. Not that you don't have fire within you, you know, it's definitely water. Let's just say it's going to activate the ocean, or it's going to activate them tides within you. And you start seeing, because Neptune is moving signs in the year of 2025, which is pretty actually, you know, it's pretty important because, you know, Neptune is naturally ruled by Pisces. And we've only seen Neptune in Pisces in this lifetime. You know, if you're born in my, you know, the 90s, you've only really seen Pisces, you know, Neptune in Pisces. We've only seen Neptune in Pisces, right? And, you know, Neptune is going into Aries now. And this is a big shift. But you not now seeing past that illusion, right? You're now seeing past these subconscious patterns that you put yourself in. Pisces, you're starting to see like, wow, like I'd rather talk to the moon, I'd rather talk to the stars, the sun, than actual people. Because you're now starting to see the deception that people have caused you. The deception that you have put on yourself so other people could accept you. You now see this delusion that you let yourself believe. And these lies are now crumbling down. Though they have been crumbling down tremendously since Saturn has been in your sign. When the North Node shifts into your sign, there's almost this remembered strength that you have. And because the North Node and Ketu is extremely spiritual planets, these are people that you've met. Many of the people that you've met in your life have lied and you know, bordered an illusion behind you. You are not a victim, Pisces. In the year 2025, there's almost like you meet God, you know, you meet Goddess in a person, in a place, in a thing, where you now can see that reflection in yourself. And this activates you a lot. And now this anxiety that you feel, you know, these delusions that have been eating you alive, or, you know, things that you've been telling yourself with the subconscious mind, your subconscious mind about your identity, it's now falling down, you know. It's no more, it's not crystallized, you know what I'm saying? It's something that's falling away and something that needs to be let go of. And you're now seeing, like, I don't have to make that into something, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no more anxiety behind what people feel about me, because it doesn't matter, right? And so in a way, you know, it does matter, but what's more important? Howling, like, it's better, like I said, Pisces understand, like, it's better to howl at the moon, you know, than to howl at people, because people cannot really understand every type of tide a Pisces rising is going through, because they're so, you know, they're constantly going through some type of shift. They're constantly being pulled in some type of way. It's hard to pin them down. It's hard to pin the identity down of a Pisces rising. But in the year 2025, you are crystallizing some part of yourself that Saturn has restored within you, which is the beautiful part of Pisces, which is now like this mermaid side of you, which is now the spiritual side of you that has risen and now sees, hey, I can be spiritual and make income as well. I can work with other people and make income through spiritual practices. This can be through meditation, whatever type of direction that you would like your life to go in, Pisces. That would be the direction that you would work towards. Saturn has been getting you to work towards that. So the second house, your second house is ruled by Aries, Pisces. And the second house, I see the 3 of Pentacles. And this is about working together with other people. And so I do think that this is necessary. In the year 2025, yes, you can do it by yourself, but you don't have to. Because North Node is in your first house, you feel like you have to do everything by yourself, Pisces, but in a way you don't really, right? It becomes focus. Yes, the focus becomes on you. What can I do? What can I achieve? What is my power? Where do I belong, right? Where does this come from? But there also is power in collaboration, right? There's also more to uncover in the collaboration. Where can I find growth within myself in collaboration, even within finances? I feel like by growing too can build up that self-worth, that confidence. Even by working with other people can help you increase your resources, Pisces. They can help you increase the things that you put inside your home. Because the second house is the house of self. I mean, well, second house is ruled by Aries, right? But the second house is the house of the voice, and it's in Aries. Be mindful of the things that you say, because Mars is going to be in retrograde for the beginning of 2025. There is this aggressive action within the talking towards people. You know, I don't want to work with other people. Not that you don't want to work with other people, but it's almost like, when I have to work with other people, I have to listen to them. I have to consider what they have to say. And like, they're not talking about the bigger picture. Like, they're always talking about this, like, you know, it's really, because Saturn is also too, like, you're thinking about Saturn being in the first house of Pisces. Pisces is a sign that likes to be hidden away, you know, and Saturn is coming into the sign, making you work hard and making you having to be seen and do this, and, you know, and the second house, you know, in the year 2025, your finances will improve when you're willing to collaborate with someone, because, you know, in the year 2025, because you're now crystallizing who you are as a person and your identity, it is smarter for you to surround yourself with people who are of like mind, or people who you inspire to learn from, or, you know, who are helping you honestly build up that self-worth through the communication, do the talk, that can help you have recognition, you know, do mastering something. In the year 2025, this is a beautiful thing for you, and these things happen when you're able to let that happen. But it is very difficult. I know, Pisces, having to work with another person, because it's like, now I can't really bare my soul and all my pain to them. I kind of got to let it go and just, you know, move on to the next thing. And so moving on to the third house, okay? And so the third house is in Taurus, and the third house is about our mind. It's about our communication. It's about traveling. And you have the Two of Cups in this house. And so this just tells me that whatever that if you are in a partnership, right? The communication requires focus in the year of 2025. The partnerships, any type of entanglement that you have, communication is key. Maybe you're having to start off at the bottom, you know, meaning that you have to start from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk to each other using this tone, you know, let's lay down some rules, you know. But it brings this ease to the mind. It brings a very subtle ease to the mind. It brings a very subtle understanding for you and the partner to the mind. If this is not the partner, this is harmonious, or trying to find a harmonious balance with siblings, you know, with aunts, uncles, with people that are in your community, you know, with people online. You're trying to find whatever type of dynamic that you're communicating with, that you're wanting to communicate with, that is closely surrounded by you. In the year 2025, there is an understanding behind it. Now, okay, I understand how their mind works. I understand how my mind works. How can we work together to enhance our skills, even if it starts at the bottom? We're going to start, you know, Pisces, sometimes you have to start at the bottom, especially when it comes to you're now laying down these boundaries, and this is how you're going to speak to me, or this is how you're not going to speak to me, or this is how I'm going to disappear. Right, Pisces? And so moving on to the fourth house. The fourth house is in Gemini. Currently, Jupiter is in Gemini right now. And so Jupiter is giving you a lot of time to think, you know, a lot of time to move, a lot of time to go, you know, but it's almost like this thirst for knowledge to the point of exhaustion, you know, to the point of, you know, making your emotions feel good. Yes, because you're learning more, but also it's like the more that you learn, the more that you got to apply it, right? And the more that you have clarity within the mind, yes, because you're talking about Gemini, but it has to align to the emotions, because this is the inner emotional landscape. And so the year of 2025, as Jupiter is trying to help you come into like balancing out these two things, you know, the emotional intelligence, but also, you know, the emotional ties that you go through as a Pisces rising, you know. You have the King of Pentacles in your fourth house. In my opinion, this is beautiful, because this shows, you know, because like I said, there could have been some type of moving in this year. In the year 2025, there can be some moving. There can be opportunity to move. People are being more generous to you, you know. And when it comes to the home, when it comes to the family, you know, they're being more generous to where they're inviting you out a little bit more, right? You know, they're a little bit more reliable, a little bit more relatable, you know. You feel a little bit more at peace, like I said, within the mind, with their emotions, but learning to balance the two, because it's not always going to be like that. Gemini is very flip-flop back and forth, you know. 2025, they're good. 2026, it's another thing. So I do feel as though, you know, use this time, or use the year 2025 to really rearrange how you feel within the inside, because then nothing can sway you. The emotions play a huge part in your psychological makeup, Pisces. And you always have to make sure that you're doing exercises that alleviate the emotions. Because the fourth house is in Gemini, I would suggest exercises that use the hands, such as boxing, you know, such as any type of crafting, but that makes your hand stronger. For the year 2025, I feel like you can find abundance through understanding your own emotional makeup, and healing that and rearranging that so that you're able to connect with other people, connect with people, you know, like going into the fifth house, you know, which is in Cancer, but to connect with people to create some type of project, right? To create anything, to connect with someone, right? And so moving on to the fifth house, we have the world, and everything is possible for you in the year 2025. But wait, Pisces. Things don't always happen as fast as we want to. We have to understand that. And it's very difficult to understand that because it's like now or never, literally out of sight, out of mind. But the world opens up to you in the year 2025, and you start to see, like, the more, you know, it invites you in, the more, you know, is offered to you. The more you offer, like, the more you open up the light to life, the more that life opens up to you. And in the year of 2025, there is this celebration and wholeness that you will feel mainly towards the end of the year. Because it's like crystallizing your identity, Pisces, and now understanding that, you know, your emotions play a huge part. Not that you didn't understand that, but it's just learning to deal with it, right? It's learning to get through it and not sit in it, because it's easier to sit in it than actually it is to alleviate it for Pisces, you know, because they're used to feeling that way. And so in the year of 2025, I do feel like there are so many possibilities open up to you. You now look in the mirror and you now start to see that the more unity that I'm finding within myself, within my inner child, you know, within my creativity, what I'm putting out into the world, you know, what's fun for me, the more that I'm moving my heart space and doing things that make me feel connected to something bigger than myself, the more I have a sense of belonging in this life. The more unity I feel within my own vessel. Allowing your inner child to be expressed this year is so vital. Your inner child must be expressed, whether it's through play. You know, Mars is going to be in retrograde. It's actually going in retrograde in the beginning. In Cancer. It's going to be in Leo, then it's going to switch over to Cancer. And this is really going to be in your fifth house. So this is not the time to be so physically active, but to be internally, emotionally creative, because you have to write these things you have to write these things out. You have to draw it out. You really have to alleviate anything that you feel throughout the year of 2025 and alchemize it into something, because the world is yours. The more that you write it, Pisces, the more that you pray for it, the more that you work for it, it will be yours. Things don't happen as quickly and fast as we'd hoped, but we're moving towards them, right, Pisces? And that is what the year 2025 is teaching you. Moving into the sixth house, which is Leo. This is it's actually in reverse, and this is going to be the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords in our sixth house, this shows me, it's like, Pisces, you can no longer run away from any type of problem that you have, whether it's physical, whether it's confidence, you know, whether it's something that's internal, whether you need to go check on your heart health, your teeth, your body fluids, like whatever it is, you can no longer hide from it, you know. And even if, you know, this year you do have any, like an operation, or you do some type of work, you know, this is something that you slowly move on from, you know. It is almost something that is like slow to heal. And because this is a house of like work, mental health, physical health, by you focusing on what you can heal, what's taking slower to heal or taking more time to heal, you will forget about that in a way. It's not that you're trying to forget, but you need to focus on to the things that you can change, the things you can control, the things that you can heal. In the year 2025, I do feel as though there is a blow to the confidence, not to humble you, you know, not to put you down, but to see that the physical vessel and the health is what comes first. The confidence in whatever you create is needed. Because if you don't have any confidence behind something, if you're so stuck and you can't let go on the things that have been gone, meaning that, you know, if you have a job that you lose this year. You know, if anything is lost within a year and it's hard for you to let go, this takes a blow to your confidence, because it makes you feel as though like, wow, I couldn't even do that, or wow, I couldn't even do that. And I really want you to be mindful that, you know, what we lose, we gain 100 times over. And even in the fact that not wanting to let go, and it's slowly happening and slowly healing, focusing on what does bring you joy, it's gonna be better for you for this year, Pisces. And so moving to the 7th house, okay? 7th house, this is the decisions within relationships. The 7th house is about our relationship. You know, the South Node is going to be in your 7th house. The South Node is going to be trying to get you to build a deeper relationship with the partner, something that is beyond the physical. But because K2 likes to be funny and like be tricky and, you know, play around and do things that are sneaky and things of that nature, there can be having to let go of the relationship baggage of the, you know, of the relationship if you're in a relationship. And if you're not in a relationship, there's letting go of the baggage that you hold. You know, what it could have been another relationship that you have been in that you're holding on to that needs to be let go of. It could be things that you have not, you know, confronted that need to be let go of until you can let someone come in your life. And, you know, as I said, South Node is a very spiritual planet, and it can bring up someone or bring someone into your life in the year 2025 that is very familiar, you know, but it's very karmic. Okay, so meaning that, you know, K2 is coming into this house, the Virgo, to take out all of the chaotic baggage, all of the past baggage, all of the karma, and move it into something that's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Almost like alchemizing it for the relationship. Okay, so hidden information comes to light, and that's true. K2 does bring hidden information. So it's you making the choice, Pisces. Do I want to do this or not? And you will make the best choice. But I will say that coming to this crossroads, you always want to you know, think about the pros and the cons. And even if you are stuck in the middle, knowing that it's probably you that's stuck in the middle, because North Node is so internal. These are things that are going on underneath the surface that people really can't understand. And you can't ask people to understand your own journey. And if the person that you're with, and even if you're not with a person, cannot allow you to grow into the person that you meant to be, it will fall away in the year 2025, or at least will start to. I don't think that you should rush if you are in a unionship and it actually you know, survives, and you are just going through an internal development with your identity, just running away from the relationship. In the year 2025, you will have to pay more attention to it. The more that you pay attention to it, the more you see like if you want to be in it or not, right, Pisces? And so moving on to the 7th house, the 8th house, excuse me. And the 8th house is in Libra. And the 8th house, we have the Page of Pentacles. The 8th house tells me about our financial, you know, entanglements with other people, our shared resources, loans and debts, you know, from the matrix and things of that nature. It's also our psychological makeup and patterns. You know, it's about secrets. And I do feel as though there is something that you and your partner wish to fulfill. You know, this could have been something that goes along with the lines of the government. You know, maybe a loan in the year 2025, something that has to do with a financial opportunity you and your partner are definitely offered. If you're not in a partnership, this could be you in a business partnership. There is definitely something that's offered to you that can help you develop yourself. This is about self-development, and it's also about financial development. Because this is about self-development, it's about financial development. But there is something offered to you in the year 2025, which I feel that you will be excited for. But there will be a decision to make, right? This is the decision of loyalty, of faithful. Are you being faithful to truly what matters to you? Because the 8th house is a house of what we merge with, you know, and what we focus on grows and things of that nature. And having depth of the character to create a better one, making sure that whatever identity, Pisces, that you choose to go on in the year 2025, in the year 2026, it holds integrity. It is truly what you want to be and truly what you want to do. Okay, and now moving to the 10th house. The 9th house. The 9th house is in Scorpio, and the 9th house is a King of Swords. And in the year of 2025, your 9th house lights up, you know, your belief systems. It lights up cultures. It lights up your higher self, higher knowledge. Evolution is this house. Everything that is of higher consciousness that can teach you something about life. And I feel as though your standards become so high to where you know, you have clarity within your mind that you start preaching other high standards to people. You start telling people about these high standards. And, you know, because this is a house of like teaching and preaching and things of that nature, you become very preachy about this, almost obsessed in the year of 2025 about something, about an honest truth, about something that is true. Something that appeared true to you because, excuse me, this is the 9th house. And, you know, this is a conversation with your higher self. So you feel as though this is true for you, right, Pisces? This has to be true for everyone. And this is you coming into your power within, like, now I know how to communicate with my higher self. And you trying to tell other people how to communicate with their higher self. Or it's not even about telling other people. Most importantly, you're trying to get people to see this for themselves. But the truth must be told, right? The truth must be spoke. And that is what Pisces are now seeing. Like, I must speak the truth. And they're in the year 2025, they're being more seen as this leader, you know, this visionary, you know, someone who is guided by the Most High, but has high standards when it comes to making choices about what it's learning, you know, what it's ingesting, what it's letting its higher self be exposed to, how it's growing, you know. I do love that for the year of 2025 for you. And then in the 11th house, the 11th house, actually the 10th house. Why am I like just keep saying the number before? So, oh wow, in the year 2025, Pisces, definitely make sure you pay attention to numbers, okay? Those are signs and signals from the universe. I just felt like I needed to say that. And so the 10th house is in Sagittarius. And, you know, the 10th house is really about, so you're ruled by Jupiter, but the Sagittarius is also ruled by Jupiter. You're ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. Jupiter is a sign of expansion. You know, it's really that higher knowledge, like that guru that knows a lot about life. And through adventure, through experience in life. And I feel as though you're now finding this new direction in your life path. You want to move in the life path that you want to move in, right? And this probably is something very exotic because you're talking about Pisces rising. This has to do with something that has to do with religion, you know, spirituality, belief. And even if it isn't, this is definitely something that was out of reach before to you, Pisces, right? And that you're now changing your direction so that you can advance in the way that you want to advance. When it comes to your, you know, your career settings, you know, because Jupiter is in this house. Actually, Jupiter rules over this house. This is actually great when it comes to speaking to people that are overseas. So try your luck overseas, Pisces. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to, I won't say try your luck overseas. I would say, like, when it comes to, you know, making an image for yourself, try to use things like social media so where it goes over to different cultures and different countries and things of that nature. Try traveling, you know, to see truly where you want to go in your life. You know, this can even be you traveling overseas, traveling to different places, you know, to figure out where is your life going. Or you did some type of traveling in the year 2025 and now you see this is where I want my life to go. And I love this because you take a chance on whatever it is, Pisces, in the year 2025. You finally suck it up and take a chance and commit to it. And I love that for you. And then we also have the 11th house. And the 11th house is ruled by Capricorn. Okay? And the 11th house is about our networking, you know. It's about who we share groups with, like-minded people, our long-term long-term goals and wishes. And you have the 3 of Clubs. So this is also a house of celebration, especially with other people, you know. And I love this for you because in the year 2025, you find more delightfulness around from being around other people, you know. It feels like you're creating more friendships, you're going to more events, you know, you're needed more. There's more opportunities offered to you when it comes to celebrating with others. In the year 2025, Pisces, you'll start to see that working with others is actually how you get ahead in life when it comes to anything, because they teach you a lot about anything. Whatever you want to know, you can learn by observing the next person. Honestly, Pisces, you can learn just by sitting next to the next person. But in the year 2025, make sure it's focused on what you truly want and integrity, you know, not just laying with the low lives because you understand them. But being with people that actually the life that you want, you know what I'm saying? And not even that they have low lives, it's not the life that you want, Pisces. And in the year 2025, you start to see the more that you hang out with people that want the things that you want, that you when you attend the social events that acquire, like, you know, that can get the things that you want, the more life opens up to you and the more beauty that you'll find in these celebrations. Okay, and then moving on to the 12th house. So Pluto just moved into the 12th house Pisces. And I know you felt it because I felt it, and I literally had a dream where, well, I'm not going to say the dream, but it was just like, wow, as soon as Pluto moved into a Pisces, or at least a couple days, like that whole period, within that week, you know, I felt a shift. I had dreams. I was like, oh my goodness, like, but anyway, Pluto going into the 12th house, this definitely takes a long time to show itself. But there is a shift that happened when Pluto goes into another sign. And in the year 2025, it stays in Aquarius for good. And really, you know, definitely go watch my Pluto and Aquarius video for you Pisces risings if you would like to know how that affects you. I'm not going to go over it again because that transit is all the way to 2043, right? And that's rearranging everything in your life, you know, internal and external. And that's really a huge thing for you. So I would definitely go check out that video. But anyway, to give you a little preview, this is something that is very internal. You know, it's not happening to everyone. You know, this is something that you definitely feel like is just happening to you. And these are experiences that involve, you know, not always the best things, but they build you up as a person and understanding the power that you possess. And in 2025, you have the 8 of Pentacles here as your card. And this just shows me, like, the more that you enhance on your skills in the year 2025, the more you feel better about yourself internally. You know, the more creative that you are, the more you feel better about yourself internally. The more that you use your skill to actually have a purpose with it. The thing is, in 2025, purpose is the focus for Pisces. Otherwise, what is life, you know? You know, because Pisces rising are really getting fed up. And in the year of 2025, it's almost like, listen, God, give me a direction now, or listen, I'm going to sleep type thing. But but no, in the year 2025, I really do feel like happiness is definitely found within the workspace, whatever you're working towards when you're working with other people. And this changes your behaviors, you know, because the 12th house is the house of, you know, our behaviors, the subconscious, dreams, and all of everything underneath. And the subconscious, the more that you dive in deep to the spiritual realm, the more that you see, wow, I just woke up and now all my skills are enhanced. I literally woke up and now my memory has come back to me. You know, there's a lot of healing that can exist within the 12th house, especially when we go to sleep. We're literally sleeping to heal our bodies. We travel and we take care of our emotional bodies. We travel in ashram where actually adding to our physical vessel, and we're adding to our character now to develop it. And the more that you do that, the more that you dream, the more that you focus on your healing practices, the more that you master the crafts that mean something to you, that is actually forward moving, Pisces. What I'm saying is like talents and skills that you are obsessed with and that you cannot stop doing. Those are the signals and signs that the universe is sending to you that maybe this is what you need to do. And I don't mean by obsessed in a bad way, you know, but I mean like, hey, maybe you work out a lot and you need to focus on now teaching other people how to work out their physical vessel because they need you, right? And so in the year of 2025, for you, Pisces, I'm actually going to choose another card for the year 2025 for my Pisces rising. I just gotta choose another card. Pisces want to play. Okay, let's see. Alrighty, so we have the King of Swords. So as I said, man, I mean, Pisces risings, the more that you work towards it, like you have to be like this, you have to be that pioneer, you have to keep going, you have to keep doing, falling back, getting back up, falling back, learning and doing it again, because these big changes are coming. The determination that you have behind them will make them come into fruition, will make them possible. The more that you believe in it and the more that you work towards it and the more that you take care of your health, Pisces, your physical vessel, don't overdo it, because in the year 2025, I really feel like you will be overdoing, especially with that North Node. When the North Node goes into the first house, has you feeling, you know, very powerful within your physical vessel. Like your physical vessel can do anything. I can jump to the sky if I really wanted to, you know, but just paying attention to what your physical body can actually do and take to avoid injury. But I do think that you will accomplish a lot in the year 2025 that you didn't even expect to accomplish, you know, but through your efforts, you know, really fruits come, and it may not be as fast and rapid a pace as you want, but the ones that come, you're so freaking grateful for. You're literally running towards them because you're seeing that everything that you have planted and everything that you have put down, Pisces, you've broken through the illusion. You're not going back in the box, right? And so if you're not going back in the box, then that means that you need to be focused, right? And then that means you need to be charging toward yourself, right? Charging towards returning and remembering who you are so that you can align yourself to your true path. And the year of 2026, I definitely feel like it gets better for Pisces risings. Well, not better. I mean that, you know, when it comes to you know, knowing what you want exactly, how to get there, and, you know, you not needing other people to show you the way. In the year 2025, there's more of your learning from everyone. And then everyone is like, you know, pushing you towards like, hey, you can do it, you should do it. In the year 2026, you're like, I can do it and I'm gonna do it. And the year 2025, you're like, I'm doing it. And there's no more stopping you, Pisces. And so that's all I have for you, Pisces rising. The year 2025 looks like promising for us. And so I'm very excited and happy. So if you can definitely share my video with all of your Pisces friends, or if you can comment like, that would be fantastic for me. I would love you forever, Pisces. So that's all I have for you. I'll see you later, Pisces. Bye.